about it, but you know,
it's more internet history.
Yeah.
We have a disagreement.
I know that was. I don't know how you could, but you don't. So
No, it just
you suck.
I guess
You're stupid. You dumb. You dumb.
You're stupid.
All right. Well,
let's hear what junk you have for your Final Fantasy 13.
Final Fantasy. My number 2 is no. My number 2.
No, it's his number 1.
No, you know what? It's not. I'd have to play it in order to make it.
Well, that's fair.
My number 2 is Arcania Gothic 4. Now, I hear the Arcania games are awesome. I haven't played the other ones. So I thought maybe now's a good time to check it out. I don't remember what the hell I played. I have a pretty bad memory. Like, generally, I watch a lot of things, play a lot of things, and I don't have a great memory, but I tend to remember something. And the only thing I do remember is that I had a hard time walking to my controller, picking it up, turning on the Xbox to play it. I just didn't want to. I was like, I should play this game. I think I'll go stab myself in the foot. Yeah. I had no desire to play it. So I remember that, and I remember that it was pretty much... It felt like a shitty version of Oblivion. You ever play Oblivion?
Elder Scrolls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It played like a kind of... It felt like a very shitty... Maybe it was kind of like the open world nature of it. Maybe I'm comparing it to Oblivion when I shouldn't. But that's what it felt like. A really shitty version of Oblivion. So I just... Sucks. I don't... When you don't want to play a game, like when you struggle... Yeah. You know, I can play some shitty games. When you struggle to actually pick up the controller to play it, and you'd rather go to work,
physically,
yeah, it's like you know it's a bad game.
Yeah,
and I gotta go and play the other ones because I hear they're really good cult following, but this one sucks. But I guess they changed a lot in this one, so that's probably why.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right. Like I said, another one's not a game that I've played, but I love your descriptions of it. So it's like I don't want to play it simply based on what he said about it. But
there's better RPGs.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of better RPGs.
Well, especially as for a genre that's so close to both of our hearts.
Yeah.
It always sucks to play a bad one. So that's that has to hurt. Number one, worst game of the year. How are we doing for time? 12 and a half minutes. We're doing a little better this time. My number one, my worst game of the year, my worst horrible piece of shit, worse than Lord of the Rings Aragorn's Quest, worse than Bayonetta, in my eyes at least, Sniper. Here's the deal. You made a game called Sniper. Your game is based on a sniper. Snipers snipe things. And you fucked up the sniping mechanics in your game. That's all you had to get right. Yeah. You could have had a crummy story. There are literally games on Newgrounds that have better sniping mechanics than your PlayStation 3 game. When you make a game called Sniper, and the only thing you really have to get right is your sniping mechanics, get your fucking sniping mechanics right. I don't care how long it takes. I would have waited till 2011 for a game that had good sniping mechanics. Your game doesn't have a good story. Your game doesn't really have good graphics, especially not for the PS3. Like, you're severely underutilizing the...
Was it on PS3 too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was on the Xbox. Alright, go on.
But, yeah.
You're probably right. I just thought it was only an Xbox game. Anyway, go on. We're running out of time.
We are running out of time. Not really. But yeah. Just there are so many things that you fucked up. You really, really, really fucked up on. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm having a bit of a nerdgasm here, but it just totally fucking blows my mind that you can make a sniping game that has poor sniper mechanics.
Even I can do that.
Like, I know. I mean, like, when you...
With very limited coding experience, I can do that.
When you, like, just... I don't know. That's it. That's fucking it. You made a sniping game that has horrible sniping mechanics. That's really all that I have to say.
You also get like the worst developers ever. You know, at least get your core concept right.
Yeah.
Even Quantum Theory got their core concept
Yeah,
right.
well,
you shot a gun.
There you go.
Well, it kind of got the core. No, you know what? I can't even say that. Anyway.
You know what? Fuck you guys. Fuck you both.
Yeah.
Sniper, worst game of the year.
I only wanted to play. I haven't played it, but I only wanted to play it so me and you could agree on it for the video. I didn't get to play it, so I got nothing to say. But one thing I did notice was it was rented a lot at Blockbuster.
Oh God, yeah.
I went to rent it a few times when I'm a Game Pass, and I couldn't.
People loved that shit, and I cringed every time they brought it
Poor,
up.
awful. All right. So just I don't have.
But now, actually, no. Come to think of it, I think I did play it on Xbox.
Oh, okay.
So I think it is an Xbox exclusive. I see. You know what? The game fucked with me so much. I didn't even remember what controller I had.
He didn't even know his name anymore.
I don't even know. I'm Keith for all I know.
He is. I call him Keith, so he doesn't freak out like Cloud.
You fucked up sniper mechanics. How did you do that?
Alright, so my number one worst game of the year is his head exploding.
No. Final Fantasy 13.
Final Fantasy 13. Yeah. It's this game called Morph-X. I guess it's Morph X. It's Morph with an X. I'm guessing it's Morphed.
Okay, so the first thing the game is fucked up is its name.
Yeah. You know,
it was really supposed to be called Morph. They just typoed and left it in there.
This is one of those games I feel kind of bad because it was probably like it's a lesser known. You know, you feel like not shitting on a game like that. You know, but I gotta. It just does. It's another third-person shooter that doesn't get simple things right. I mean, that's the worst part. Like, I might be mixing up games here, but I'm pretty sure this is a game where you can't even like take cover or anything. You know, I think this was it. Whatever. They fucked me up so bad. Yeah, I think this was a game that's you would be running around and enemies would just spawn behind you and stuff. And that's cheap as hell. You're like walking and you thought you cleared an ear up. It's like, what the fuck? You know? That's pretty much all I got to say because we still got to tackle some like underrated and overrated before this battery runs out. So basically that game's probably my worst game of the year.
Woo.
Awful.
That's not good.
Just an awful experience. You know, just painful, infuriating.
You fucked up sniper mechanics.
And you know what? It was probably the same developer.
Probably the same developer.
Anyway, so those are our worst games, and let's just.
Sniper mechanics.
Did you have any underrated games you wanted to?
As far as something like a game that was underrated. Really, there's not a lot that's coming immediately to mind, anyways.
Well, I'll do two quickly.
Yeah, fire away.
One, Sengoku Basara Samurai Heroes. I don't know why this is getting such like mediocre reviews. It's basically, you know, the Dynasty Warriors hack and slash. The only difference is this game is messed up. I mean, you're running on the battlefield with your like samurai warrior, and a dude comes up with a Gatling gun. You know. And that's when I started to love the game.
That's cheap.
Like I started to love the game when I realized it was completely fucked up. It was like insane. Yeah, it was just batshit insane. So you know what? Play it if you're a fan of that genre. Yes, it's repetitive. Those games are. You know, deal with it. It's a hack and slash where 1 million people are on screen. It's Dynasty Warriors but with Gatling guns. And the other game the other game is Alpha Protocol.
Yes.
Why people feel the need to shit on original, inspired, though not technically perfect, but inspired video games is beyond me. This is a game where, you know, the story changes as you answer questions, and it legitimately does. You know, your relationships change with certain people in a way that other games promise and don't deliver. You can play as a stealth guy who can go like invisible. You can be a tank. You recently bought it, so you'll either agree or disagree with me when you play it. I don't know. Just one of those games, very inspired stuff that people feel the need to crap on.
Yeah.
So that's all I got for that. And I know you got a disappointing game.
I got one game in mind that, you know, it started off good, but